What is an environment? When working with programming, you will come across the word environment a lot. It can be difficult to explain and to understand because it is a concept that can be applied to many different areas within programming. It can also be specific applications or software. As an example, if you are on a Mac computer, you work in a Mac environment. But if you work in an integrated development environment, or IDE, that is also an environment. In the general context of programming, an environment refers to the combination of hardware, software, and settings in which a program runs or is developed. It encompasses everything necessary for the code to execute properly and produce the desired results. Understanding the programming environment is essential because it influences how code is written, tested, and executed. Different environments may have different requirements, capabilities, and performance characteristics, so it's crucial to choose the appropriate environment for the specific programming task at hand. A programming environment typically includes the following components: operating system, the underlying software that manages computer hardware and provides services for other software programs. It handles tasks such as memory management, process scheduling, and file system operations. Programming language. Each programming language has its own syntax, rules, and libraries, which determine how the code is written and executed. For most languages, you need to download the language in order to provide the proper environment on your computer for the language to run. Programming languages are typically not directly executable by the computer's hardware. Instead, they require a compiler or interpreter to translate the code into machine-readable instructions. A compiler translates the entire program into machine code, while an interpreter executes the code line by line. You also download libraries and frameworks for that specific language. Libraries are pre-written code modules that provide additional functionality, such as data manipulation, networking, or user interface elements. Frameworks are more extensive collections of libraries and tools that offer a structured way of building applications. Runtime environment. Runtime environments hide low-level details and provide a consistent execution environment for programs written in those languages, allowing developers to focus on writing code rather than managing a system. Level operations. They take care of the nitty-gritty technical tasks that the program needs to run, but you as a coder don't need to deal with. When we say runtime environments provide a consistent execution environment, it means they give a reliable and predictable place for your code to run. No matter where your program ends up, someone else's computer, or a server somewhere around the world, the runtime environment ensures that it will behave the same way. Runtime environments are like the backstage crew in a theater production. They make sure everything runs smoothly when the program is happening. They manage all the tasks you don't see, but are necessary for the program to work. Runtime environments are often specific to certain programming languages, often consisting of the necessary software and resources required to execute programs written in a particular language. It includes the runtime system, libraries, and dependencies specific to that language, providing the necessary infrastructure and support for running the code. It abstracts the complexities of the underlying hardware and provides a standardized platform for developers to write and run their applications. An example of this is Node, a popular open-source runtime environment for executing JavaScript code. Virtual machine, VM. A virtual machine is a software emulation of a physical computer system. It allows you to run multiple operating systems or environments within a single physical machine. Each virtual machine operates independently and has its own operating system, as well as all the code needed for that virtual machine to run, even if it repeats code. This makes it useful for testing and isolating different environments. Development tools. These are tools that aid in the creation, editing, and debugging of code. This includes text editors, IDEs, debuggers, profilers, and version control systems. We always work with the latest release, so we have an opportunity to learn, experiment, and play with future features. When code is going to be used by the public, it's best to use the stable version to ensure that it has been tested and is working, and that most errors have been caught. We are going to work with JavaScript, so we will be working with Node as our environment in the future. However, for this course we are working with Replit, so you don't have to spend time on setting up the environment. Instead, you will do that when you have time to dedicate to that task, and when you have access to people that can give you more individualized help. Right now, we can focus on starting coding and set you up for success when the course starts. Thank you for listening. The slides for this presentation are available for download, so you can read them if you need to. Until next time.